Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boom and Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today I'm talking about Cody Parkey and the Today Show and the double doink and all that. Now, I wasn't even going to talk about Cody Parkey at all, really, but the whole thing with the Today Show happened, and really, it wasn't a reaction to that. It was more of a reaction to the reaction and all these fans and how they proceeded to act after he did the Today Show. So I was like, let me address that. Now, I will say, right before doing this, I watched the full interview. So I heard snippets, seen some quotes, and I was like, let me watch the full interview before I do it. And honestly, I'm a little conflicted afterwards. I was all ready to defend Cody Parkey and to say, like, oh, dude, everybody chill out. It's not that big. And I will say this. What he actually said in the interview is perfectly fine. There was nothing he said that was outlandish, that was crazy, that was wrong. His decision to do the interview, I could admit and acknowledge that's a little bit weird. And I think some fans are mixing those two together and all that. The interview itself went bad. It is what it is. Now the decision to do it, and I don't mean 5 days afterward, I mean to do it, period. That is something that I'm like, okay, I don't know. Now, what we have to realize though, is that the only reason that the Today Show want him on there is because of us. And the fans and the Chicago people, all the people on social media reacting and going nuts, all the people tweeting and sending death threats and all this crazy stuff, all those different things. It's a popular topic. It's a hot topic. If we won and we blew them out, they weren't going to have Cody Parkey on there to talk about a random field goal he made. If we won or if we lost, but Cody Parkey made that field goal, they weren't going to have him come on and talk about, hey, talk about one of them other field goals or the extra points you might have missed. No one's going to talk about that. And so they're going to bring on something that's a hot topic. And there's an old saying, no publicity is bad. And so whether it's negative or not, that's what people want. And so people act like, oh, if I'm negative online, it's going to go away. Not really. You're just continuing to feed. And so people are like, man, I'm mad about this. And you're just continuing to feed the machine. So I'm complacent in that. I'm complacent in that with this. And so that's just what the truth is. You need to realize what we don't give attention and credence to, people don't care about. And so that's the only reason he ended up on the Today Show, or was able to, I should say, because we made it such a big thing. Like some people outside of Chicago are acting as if people were like looking to go kill Cody Parkey, sorry. And so, that's the only reason. We made it that hype. And so that's why he got on Today Show, or was able to, I should say. Now, the decision to do it, I don't know. It felt a little awkward because it wasn't like some huge scandal. He just missed the field goal. I mean, it was tipped, whatever. He missed it. He doinked all year. It's just what it was. So it's just like, many a times people mess up. You get over it. Yeah, people are mad, but you get over it and you move on. And so, you think about Blair Walsh with the Vikings, and I'm trying to remember, I believe that was for them to get into the playoffs, and he missed that. But all types of missed kicks, missed throws, missed catches, fumbles, all types of mistakes in football. You put your head down. Like, I agree with what he said. You put your head down, you keep moving forward. But do you need to go on a national stage and talk about it? No, you don't, of course, because people don't. But that's the world we live in. Everybody makes things big. And I'm not blaming us particularly, but the society as a whole, where it's like anything you do is offensive and blown out of proportion. And this is a microcosm and, the residue of that. This isn't him being in legal trouble, but the day and age where when you do one thing, people go nuts, or even if you do a good thing, people want to go in your past and dig up stuff and to make you look bad and shame you. it's like everybody has to be on a public apology tour to circumvent all that. And so this is sports. This is a field goal. This is different, but it's still the same concept where let me get ahead of this and let me go out and make a public statement. And a lot of people didn't take that the right way. Now it was awkward. I'll give you that. But what I won't give any fan, and I'm sure they'll be on here in the comments, I will never give any fan the right to say some of the stuff that you said, or I wouldn't say it makes any logical sense. You got the right to say it, but it doesn't make any logical sense. So I see people saying all types of crazy things like he shouldn't be on TV smiling and laughing and after he did that. And that is just a ridiculous, very old school notion that in order to care about something, you have to be hurt if you lose. If you're not hurt and devastated and rolling on the floor, then if you're not crying, then you're not actually invested in it because you lost and you're not crying. Or if you win, you're not crying when you win because you know that guy's breaking down because he put so much into it. Everybody processes things different, and being emotionally devastated isn't a key indicator that you care about something. I mean, I don't agree with that. You can care about football just as much as the other person, and you can react in two different ways. And then the other fact is, okay, so like you said, it's 5 days. Now it's a week or almost a week ago. So you're supposed to just sit in a dark room in a house and not, care. If he was laughing at home with his wife, would you care if you found out? The fact that he was doing it on TV, so what? I mean, if you're going to continue with life, if we're going to tell people continue with life, then continue with life. And so some of the criticisms of Cody Parkey are ridiculous. Like, wow, he shouldn't be on there laughing. Wow, he shouldn't be talking about this and this and that. And again, the decision is a little questionable to me. Definitely don't think you needed to do it. But, again, the things he said wasn't crazy. So the people talking about death threats and all that, and then people bringing his wife in. And look, I'm the first one to defend jokes, whether they're crazy or not, because, we can't sit here and tell people what's funny. Everybody finds something different funny. So if you're just joking in the spirit of joking, fine. But what I will never condone is like, people with the death threats or threatening his family or talking about his family and all this different things. It's like, come on, man. It is not that serious. And like he said, football is what he does. It doesn't define him, and it shouldn't. It should not define you. You can love the game. You can put everything you have into it. You can reap the benefits. You can pay it forward with all the benefits you have. But that doesn't mean that it has to define who you are. And some of these fans, I'm going to tell you the truth. Being a Bears fan shouldn't define who you are. It could be a big part of you. You can give it all your effort, but it shouldn't be all you are. If they say, okay, I meet you, hey, Joe, who are you? I'm a Bears fan. You gotta have more to yourself than that, I would say. And so I don't have a problem with Cody Parkey saying that. And, he messed up. And so it's just, it is what it is. Had we won, had that doink went in, people would still be mad about Parkey, but that's the old saying, winning cures everything. It wouldn't be this big because people would be so busy wrapped up in, hey, we're going forward. So that's just the old sports lesson. You win and you don't got to deal with these things. So, look, I'm hurt. I talked about still working my way through it. I'm as sore about it as anybody else that's a Bears fan, but we got to move on. Like, come on now. And his decision to go on today's show, like, people are way too outraged about it. And again, I wasn't really going to talk about Parkey, and this will be my last time bringing it up, but just wanted to put my 2 cents out there and just say, okay, look, yeah, maybe you don't like the decision. He went on there and did it, but what he didn't say nothing crazy. Like, everyone's like, cut him because he went on there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know me. I give a long leash to, coaches and players because people are so quick to try to label everybody. He sucks. He's a bust. Blah, blah, blah. Like, chill out. Everybody, okay, Robbie Gold wasn't doing good. And, that's one of the reasons he got let go. He wasn't doing good enough to warrant the money he got. And now he's doing good. You look at kickers that are doing good, they're usually kickers that were on somebody else's team and got cut. And so kickers had a really short leash where it's like, okay, you're doing bad right now. That means you're a sucky kicker. Okay, you get cut, then you go to another team and you're a Pro Bowler. So I don't know that he needs to be cut, to be honest with you. Yes, it was a bad season. People have bad seasons. The kickers we had before him had bad seasons. We could get another great kicker and they have a bad season, cut them, and then they go have a great season. So I'm not with all that movement. We'll see what happens. So anyway, go to comment section. I'm sure people have stuff to say about Cody Parkey. Get, comment, share it, get the convo started, thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.